What's good, YouTube? Dmgaming here, and kind of got a little shocker yesterday, man. I was looking on Twitter, and there was a tweet from Lamar Jackson's um, Instagram of it. Look, it was a TV. It was a television, but blown up on the television was the image that you're seeing now before you. And as you know, people are gonna get excited. I got excited, but then I quickly calmed down because it's like, man, that looks, people make these kinds of things all the time. I said, let me go check it out to see if this is legit and not a leak. And I went to check it out, and sure enough, it was just fan art. I went to the Mudhead. I Googled it, but if you Google it, it takes you to the Mudhead website, and basically this was something fan art. However, later on, he for some reason took it down off of his Instagram. It was not there anymore. So if you go to try to see it now, it's not there. And this was very interesting. Somebody said, well, if it's fake, why take it down? And to me, that answer is easy. He was probably getting blown up big time by a lot of different people questioning this. Here's the thing, y'all. For those of you who asked, why did he take it down if it's a fake? Here's the thing. If it was real, he would not be able to leak this. And if he did, say if the game was real and this was really coming out, if he were to leak this, that would more than likely violate a non-confidentiality agreement or a non-disclosure agreement. It would violate some things that would leave him subject to lawsuits and things like that. I said non-confidentiality. That's like for doctors and stuff. Y'all scratch that. Y'all know what I mean. Non-disclosure agreement. That he's not supposed to talk about those things and leak those things. He could really get in trouble with that, and I don't see him doing that unless EA was kind of promoting him, hey, release this or something of that effect. Now, as much as we would like to see college football come back, honestly, I mean, IMV, we're looking at them, but as far as a brand name, a AAA title NCAA game like from EA Sports or 2K, just doesn't seem like it's plausible at this moment. Could be surprised, I don't know, but I'm not going to do what I did last year and get my hopes up, But at the same time, we live in a world where anything can happen. While I'm on the topic of that, could we see more EA Sports, could we see more NCAA football representation in Madden 19? I think that we could, because here's the thing. Texas and Oregon, if you look at the it's called IMG. It used to be the Collegiate Licensing Association or something to that effect. But there's a lot of schools who aren't on there, and Texas and Oregon being one of them. They were utilized in Madden 18, and people were really excited about it, including myself. I hated that the only way you got to play that is through MUT. It would have been really cool if we could have did a play now with Texas and Oregon. That would have been really cool. But I think the success that they had with that, implementing that into the game, and how well it worked without any legal things going on, to me serves as kind of a tester for the other schools as well as the NCAA that, okay, if they can do this with the generic rosters and have no issues, then there should be no problem for EA to put out a game or put out a separate game or have more college representation inside of Madden. We've seen 2K do this with their career mode, going with certain colleges and things of that nature. And if they are going to go the route of a legitimate career mode, and Rex Dixon is allowed full creative control in this, being that he did what he did with NCAA series, having it where you go through high school, he could very well have it to where you go through college, building your status into the NFL through the draft and stuff like that. And that lines up perfectly with NBA Live 18 and the one. And remember what Rex told us, that if we pay attention to what they're doing with the career mode or franchise mode and the career mode in NBA Live, that we will kind of see the direction they want to go in Madden. And I did a video about Madden 19 the one and kind of elaborate on that from this standpoint. imagine yourself going through college, playing a couple of college games. Doesn't have to be a full season. In NCAA, I think when it first started with that, the high school thing, you didn't play a full high school season, but later on they added that in there. And I think, if they could get maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6 college teams on board for this, they could make it very easily to do. Maybe you're starting at the college playoffs and you play in 2 games, and then you play a generic senior bowl of sorts. There's a lot of different ways that they can make this work to line up with NBA Live's The One, to where you're playing these games and you're building your draft grade in a sense. And that would be awesome. I think a lot of people would love that. And that would flesh out to make an awesome career mode for Madden NFL 19. But like I said, this stuff with Lamar Jackson, y'all, it was fan art done and stuff like that. I'm guessing he got a hold of it and blew it up on his TV, because you can do that now, guys. With these smart TVs, you can blow up an image on there and stuff like that. But gosh, I mean, is it not amazing how real this stuff looks? How it looks just like an actual cover. So it's crazy. But like I said, y'all, with NCAA representation in Madden, I think that we could see an increase in that this year. I'm hoping and crossing my fingers. Rex, buddy, if you're listening, tell these guys at the executive office to give you more control. And I know this is something that you probably want to do, man, and it would be awesome to be able to play a couple of college games to build up our draft stock, and then actually maybe some kind of all-star game of sorts. If not that, then allow us to do certain drills in the combine, which those drills are already in EA's system because they used them before. The one-on-one drills, the passing drills, that stuff isn't hard to come up with. That's, something that EA Sports has done before and they could easily do again. Heck, I would even like if they went back to the classic Madden 96 style of running your 40-yard dash by tapping the buttons. Previously, Madden did where you're pulling down the analog sticks. I didn't like that because it wasn't realistic, it wasn't smooth, and it just didn't feel natural on the PlayStation controller. I would just rather them go back to the traditional track and field style, Madden 96 style of tapping 2 buttons simultaneously, or tapping 2 buttons, to run that 40, and I mean, you're gonna have some insane 40-yard dash times, which is completely fine by me. I mean, it is what it is. Maybe they can add a feature in there where you have to do something that determines how good of a start you get, and something like that could balance out people like myself, who I'm a beast on the tap game. You know what I'm saying? I'll be in that joker running 3 9s and 3 7s. So it is what it is. Add an extra element in there to determine how good of a start you do and how that would affect your time and stuff like that. So I think that would be really cool for them to implement into the game. Like I said, Texas and Oregon was on board last year. I can see more college teams signing on to kind of get themselves represented in this, because let's be real, at the end of the day, it's a business, and these colleges want exposure as much as they can get it. And they know that these young kids are playing video games. They know that people like to see themselves in video games. And with the success that they had with Oregon and Texas in the game, I think that opens the door for more college representation in Madden. But let me know down in the comment section what y'all think about this. What type of collegiate representation would you like to see in the game? Or do you think that we will see EA Sports ever do a college football game again? Let me know down in the comment section down below, y'all. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Dmgaming5. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for more. Thank y'all for listening. Till next time, and God bless.